It's the Duffin Up Podcast.
What is going on, Duff Daddies and Duff Mamas? It is Wednesday, June 15th, and welcome everyone to an all-new episode of the Duffin Up Podcast. My name is Brendan Monroe, and as you can probably tell, we are in a much different environment than we usually are. We are in a studio together. I've dubbed it the Duffer's Cabin.
Basement.
Yes, it is a basement, but it's a cabin. At this time, it is a cabin. We could call it the Duffer's Basement. That would actually be kind of fun.
Brendan's parents' basement.
Not wrong.
It's the middle point between all of us. It was a nice central 100% location.
That is very true. So welcome to the Duffer's Cabin / basement / parents' basement. We got
to get into it.
I know.
Get into it.
All right, Michael.
We got the U.S. Open.
We do have the U.S. Open.
And, you know, there's a lot going on in the golf world, you know. I want to pump up this venue, like, big time. Like, we got the Country Club in Brookline. Like, I don't know if you guys did any digging in, like, the history or... I know we went to the Golf's Greatest Game, or Greatest Game Ever Played together.
We did see that.
When that came out, you know. But
all the way back in like 2005 now. Jesus. Thinking about that. Unreal. Francis, we met.
For anyone who doesn't know, 1882 this course was found by James Murray. Got my notes right on.
Got all the notes. That's an unbelievable story.
So he needed
jokers.
Didn't he drop out too?
No, that was Joey Gatto.
Yeah,
Joey Gatto.
Joey's out. Joey's out.
Thanks, because Joey Gatto.
This actually looks like in Franklin's.
I know it does.
The nice biggest.
Oh, I needed. Someone needs the friggin' the scally cap. I could have been Q. Oh, whatever his name.
Dude, I was watching that today.
Oh no, but
keep going.
So the country club, first country club in the United States. So first founded, like, I told my wife today walking out of here, like, I was reading something about the country club, and she's like, that's kind of not an original name. Like, I'm like, actually, it was an original name because it was the first one in the United States.
100%.
Yeah. So Bryn, hope you're listening.
We know that you are.
But he went over to China, James Murray Forbes, and, you know, helped with the family business, like trade. Found a bunch of English traders in Shanghai that had the country club, titled the country club, for not golf, not horse racing, none of that. But like 10 years later, he went over there in 1863, 1882. He went over to the United States, back from China, signed the country club with a bunch of Boston guys in 1882. I mean, you got Francis Ouimet, first amateur golfer to win a U.S. Open in our frickin' area.
Yep. Grew up on the 17th hole.
17th hole?
Yeah.
And that was way before they had very, very nice houses. Like he grew up in an absolute...
It's not like Tom Brady's size house.
No. He grew up in an absolute shanty house right next to it.
They're preserving it. Yeah.
He grew up on the 17th hole.
Yep.
He caddied there, left caddying to work at like a mom and pop Dick's Sporting Goods selling golf clubs, or Club Champion now. Can't wait for my fitting.
Shout out Club Champion.
So he was like 5 years removed from caddying, but caddied there, knew that layout so well. Beats Harry Vardon and
Harold Vardon.
Harold Varner and
Vardon.
Harry Vardon.
Harry Vardon and Ted Ray.
Big Ted Ray. Yeah. I don't even think he was that big. Like, they definitely made him out in that movie to be like 400 pounds, and I'm like, he ain't that big.
I put together Harold Varner there with the golf.
You sure did.
He's not Harry Vardon.
Harry Vardon.
Might have been the first, not the third. Yeah, he might have been the first back in the day.
Stylist, baby.
Harry Vardon was like the best known golfer there was of that time. He was like winning Opens, he was winning U.S. Opens, and then like, so he was like, he was at the top of his game, and this, I don't know, how old was he? 14, 15, 16?
20. We met was 20.
He was 20? There you go. He was 20 years old, walked across the street, said, hey.
Walked across the street.
Give it a incredible. And I'm basing this off of the movie, The Greatest Game Ever Played.
Yeah.
If you have not seen the movie, you have homework. You have to go watch
Get
that,
outta here.
especially before Thursday. You have to watch that.
I swear, don't
I
worry.
mean,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here if you haven't seen it.
You have
So
to.
let's just put it out. But yeah, Brendan, you said he grew up on the 17th hole
Grew up on the
where he
17th
made a
hole.
birdie on 17 on Sunday to force
You better make a
Playoff.
birdie.
to force the playoff. And
Right.
he used to look out his window and they said it. And he forced the playoff on 17 and then he won it on 17.
Oh my
An
god!
18-hole playoff, might I add.
Yeah,
I know.
the
I
whole
wish they
thing.
still did that.
That's when they also played 2 days. It was 36. It was 2 days. You got cut on the first day if you didn't make the
Yeah.
cut, and the second day you played 36. Like, it's an unbelievable story.
His caddy was like 10-10.
What was the caddy's name?
Eddie or something.
Yes, Eddie.
Little heifer.
Eddie.
Oh, I always remember that part in the movie where it's the old English guy and he's like, "What is that? The pygmy?" And it's
Yeah.
like, he kicks him. It's like so funny. Anyways, we do have two other co-hosts as well. So Timmy O'Reilly, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Brian O'Reilly, how are you?
Yeah,
Welcome.
Quite,
Thanks for having us in the old basement.
Quite the introduction, like Mike.
Oh.
That was great. I appreciate
Mike,
it.
I
know.
just sped. I went through the we went.
We went
iPads.
through the introduction. And so
I
we
think you said my name.
And a history lesson.
I said Mike Adams, how are you doing? But we all need, this is the Country Club in Brookline. It's one of the most historic clubs in America.
Yep.
It did not host the first. No, that is Newport Country Club, actually, in Newport, Rhode Island.
Of course.
Hosts the
Of course.
first U.S. Open, but it has 4 U.S. Opens, 6 U.S. amateurs, 3 U.S. women amateurs,
Yes.
and of course, the 1999 Ryder Cup,
Hell yeah.
where the U.S. came back. Tiger Woods, his first Ryder Cup, and he was bowler in it.
Who's the captain for that?
That was Ben Crenshaw,
Ben Crenshaw.
Crenshaw.
Neat.
which we have a story, which we still have the story when Mike ran his cart into the thing. That was a Ben Crenshaw. That was your 1999 Ryder Cup captain.
Ran his cart.
Ran his. We were
It was just.
yeah.
I snipped a couple of bushes.
snipped a couple more.
It was nothing, and maybe rode up on a curb or something.
Down go the notes again. Down go the
Snipping a couple bushes.
Front
Oh.
going down.
Oh, it's because this is a little slow.
It is. Just put it. Yeah,
Okay.
put it right there.
But
But
It's kind
how slow.
I did have also on our show notes right here. Don't worry, guys. We do have Mike has his own notes. We do have other show notes.
We're freestyling.
No, I just wanted to hype up the venue right out of the gate.
We did.
Have to.
We did.
We did.
No,
You did. You did.
Even the players, you hear. I don't even want to mention
Hmm.
anything, but you hear the players saying,
Right.
This venue is getting overlooked. Like people are talking about something else that I don't even want to say. I just want to talk
Yeah.
about
No.
the U.S. Open and it being in your backyard. Brendan's parents are going Saturday and Sunday.
I'm going Saturday and Sunday.
Brendan's going Saturday. and Sunday.
He's gonna be in the
Brian's going
booth.
Sunday.
He's going in the booth.
Yeah.
You have a booth?
No, I'm not. My dad's going the.
Oh, that is
I wish
the-
I was going.
I was like,
yeah.
my girlfriend asked me, he's like, is Brendan going to the US Open? I said, he's probably in the presidential booth.
Oh.
He knows people. And
No,
then,
no. There isn't there. I was supposed to go to a party at Lincoln tomorrow night, but now I can't because I'm going to Bishop Fan thing. But anyways, I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. Anyways, we do have someone who has firsthand knowledge of the country club layout today, and we do want to bring in, our
Bones Mackay.
Bones Mackay,
resident expert.
the driver, the absolute bomber of the scramble group, Brian O'Reilly.
Yeah, no.
How was it?
It was amazing. I mean, that was my first time there seeing the course. I've only ever, because there's a public course right next to it, and I played the public course maybe
Got off.
50 to 100 times.
Got off.
And it's
Hey,
separate.
got off.
Is that one?
Yeah.
Is that one William J. Devine?
No,
Mm.
Robert Lynch, Putterham.
Robert Lynch.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
It's separated by a chain link fence, so I'm always peeking through, trying to see what I can see. And man, is that place magical! Like all day today, I just was swooning over everything that I saw. I mean,
Swooning.
the fairways, because you know how obviously you, to cut through they cut you through the fairway. You walk through the fairway. I was down feeling the
Yeah.
fairway. That was terrific. I was feeling the fairway.
Was it spongy?
Yeah,
Was it spongy?
I should have taken my shoes off.
Gotta take your shoes off. Gotta take them off.
Magical. The rough was rough. The greens were slick. It was insane seeing some of the like short game shit. Obviously during the practice round, they're hitting multiple balls and
Oh, the
especially
Sims got to
from-
be out of the
insane.
world.
Yeah.
It's always the U.S. They have their own U.S. Open stimp. So like
Yeah.
you've heard it, like it only goes up to 11 on PGA Tour and other tours. And then like from 11 to 13 is like US Open grade.
Insane.
It's hilarious.
And they were constantly reading them with the sim meter, like
Really?
just throughout the day. Yeah, just probably
Like on the putting green, the
on the-
practice green.
No, on like the real
Like
they-
players were going around with
Yeah,
the fit meter.
you can do
I don't know if
you're allowed to
I
do
think
that.
it might have been the court maintenance
Yeah.
as well, but yeah, they're during the practice round, like
You can do
people-
whatever.
They're still doing like landscaping. There's like guys digging up sprinklers and stuff all around, but it's a crazy time. It was cool. One of the things that I noticed was Matsuyama wasn't there yet, but his caddy was there. So his caddy was in the same group, and he was dropping balls and
No
reading
way.
the slope, taking notes, and so
That's insider
it's
information right
really
there.
really cool thing to watch Matsuyama's caddy, how much Matsuyama puts in his trust. I mean, I'm sure he'll probably be there tomorrow, or whatever, but just getting there a day early, maybe even there yesterday, 2 days early, but it's just cool. It's unlike course. I mean, obviously still an old school course, very tight. There's one of the holes, I forget cutting across number 2, but I think it's number, it might be number 7, but there's a hole, because it's the layout, as you know, there's 27 holes there, and they're using picking and choosing from a few different holes. And so the layout is pretty interesting because there's one hole where they, in order to go from one green to tee box, they have to cross over another hole in front of the green. So people could be putting on the green, and there's one of the other groups walking across the fairway next to next to the green, on the fairway on the bib or the apron. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like Southern Hills 2.0 right there
right?
with everything going on. That's crazy.
Crazy, yeah. So I mean, with that focus, I mean, I would lose it. Just have people walking by, but it was cool.
You got I think 3 holes from their 9-hole course.
The
OG, yeah. The OG course there, and then the rest is from
So that'll be
further developed.
the
So
newer.
is the
Gill Hands
17th
18,
hole?
right?
Yeah.
Is that the actual 17th hole that
The
French swing
18th
had?
hole is the actual legitimate 18th.
Right,
That
but the
hole
17th.
is thick.
So when I'm walking up 17, the one they're playing as 17, am I going to look to the right and
From
see
my
Francis Ouimet's house?
I
gotta know.
don't know about that,
I gotta know.
but I think it is.
I think he's playing that hole. I don't know if it's 17.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure 17. Is it 17 and 2? Are on the same shape as the old horse track. I believe they both curved with the horse track. So yeah, so
What a
it's
history.
the OG.
What a history.
Yeah, it was horse track for its first 10 years.
Yeah.
And then the first 6 holes were designed by 3 guys who never seen a golf course before.
Wow.
Love it.
Yeah, and then Willie Campbell, I think, came in a year later.
1894, he came in and did the full 18.
Yeah, I mean, 18. That is a treacherous looking approach. The
That cross bunker?
The bunker in front of it is about as tall as the ceiling and about as wide as this room.
A lot of rock, right?
A lot of rock. Yeah, they didn't take any of the rock.
Yeah, so it was built in 1890 something.
1894.
1890s. So they didn't have machinery to blow up rocks and
So
they had to build into the land, a lot of blind shots.
Yeah.
I knew Brooks Koepka was going to
yes.
say something about that.
Yeah.
'Cause he's not a huge fan of blind
Oh,
shots.
he hates them.
He did say that he was a fan of the golf course, and I'm loving a lot of what I'm hearing from guys that aren't playing on the Live Tour. I'm just I really am siding with the PGA.
Yes.
That's a topic for maybe later today.
We got it.
probably.
We
I'm
got
sure
it.
We got
We
it.
got
I'm
it.
sure we got it. But,
It's right there. No, I'm kidding.
but I just I heard that out of Brooks, the couple blind shots, but he said he loves the golf course. And that'll be that. You said the greens were. I'm sure they're.
So from what I understand, obviously they're small, but we'll talk about how small.
They are 4,000. The average square footage of each green is 4,388 square feet.
Okay.
That is 1,000 feet less than Southern Hills, which are considered some of the smallest greens in PGA Championship.
Number 2 smallest greens in PGA Championship. I'm pretty sure Brookline, I think, is the second smallest green per.
Yeah, I think the smallest is Pebble technically, or something like that.
Something crazy, but and it's not like it's like a very welcoming approach.
That's what they said. There's not a lot of run up.
No, it's the same. The slopes, they're small and they're slopey.
We couldn't get a Pat.
I
We
think
couldn't
it's
get a
gonna be
Pat
low
and
scoring.
Brian O'Reilly bump and run up.
No, yeah, no Texas wedge, no bump and run.
No bumps.
No, I'm a big on the flop. My 60 degree, but I gotta figure that out. That'll probably
Lord
make
knows
me
I
stroke.
Lord knows I can't even think about hitting that.
Yeah.
Well, not the 60, but the flop. No chance. Can't
Yeah.
get under that.
All of us.
And then two, I don't know if you're able to see these for two areas, but things I read. The second hole is actually in real life, it's a short par 4.
Yeah.
And I think they're using the women's tee and they made it a par 3.
Yes,
par
I did
three,
see that.
yes.
I did see that.
So it's 215,
Today was 250.
but it's
yeah.
like it's incredibly difficult, they
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
Like the second hole is going to be incredibly difficult. And then holes 14 and 15. So you go into 14 with a 619-yard par 5, followed up by a 510-yard par 4.
Yeah.
If anyone gets out of there even par, like bless the gods, like you are probably having a fantastic, like that is,
Well,
that's
think
going to
about
be killer for them.
Right. Think about that green complex for that short par 4. It is designed for a short par 4. So it's designed to be treacherous in your approach because it is a short par 4.
Yeah.
And now
then
you're
for
making it a par 3.
And then that's treacherous.
It's like yeah.
That is the most U.S. Open
Yes.
like logic I've ever
So
heard.
risky.
We're gonna make a par 4 into a par 3, but it's also the smallest green like
Yes.
known to man.
And some of the smallest fairways
Yeah.
too. So you can't even. You have to be strategic whether you're laying up or you're going balls to the wall. And then if you miss the fairway, water. It could be water, rough. It's insane.
I don't know. if
215-yard par 3. I'm like,
And the green's not big.
yeah,
The
I'm
green's
taking
not
out my
big.
3-iron and I'm praying
Usually,
I
like
make it
yeah,
somewhere
if
close.
any course we play around here, if it's a 200-yard par 3, the green's huge,
Massive.
and you still miss.
And you
it.
can bump it, and you can bump it up too.
Right,
You can
but
hit a
They
stinger.
have to be precise and long. Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you see that they are using someone's backyard to extend a tee box back?
No.
They
Oh, that's awesome.
This might be
built
Tom Brady's. Tom might have just been like, "Hey, take it. I'm not here anymore."
They built a fence. And I think some guy, wasn't Brady, gave him the okay to.
He moved.
Yeah,
Or they probably paid him off. But
it's on
yeah,
the market for
to get
like
the
$20
golf
million.
course a little longer there, they built a fence.
That's
someone's
unbelievable.
backyard and they pushed the
that
tee
was the
box.
thing is it's like I mean that's I'm not surprised that they had to, obviously being an older course and needing to add some length to it, but they're saying they didn't really have to do that much because it was so tricky that they
Yeah,
it still stands the test of time, and like with technology changing, it still remains being that they don't need to extend the tee boxes because it's still super hard to you're getting greens and regulations.
and that's the thing here. It's like people are saying like, "Oh, it's an old school course. It must be short." It's still 7,200 yards. It's almost 7,300 yards,
Right.
and it's playing as a 70.
Yeah.
Like it's not playing as like you know. I always go back to Harbour Town because it's my favorite course. Harbour Town is a 7,000 yard. Thank you. I should have, but it's dirty. I got thrown in the wash for
It's
this week.
Mecca.
I'm wearing it. I'm wearing it on Saturday. Oh, on Saturday, you know, the lighthouses are there.
You kneel south every
Yeah,
every
and
day.
at noon you kneel to it. Pray.
I am.
In the mother's room at work.
It's like when Chunky stole the Arnold Palmer one. I
Yeah.
went out to the 18th hole and I stole the little lighthouses.
Oh.
No, but it's I'm wearing that shirt on Saturday and I'm tagging RBC Heritage and everything. I'm like, this might be the US Open, but Golf Fifth Major's also here.
Is that a Norman?
No, it's an Adidas.
I was gonna wear my Norman one you got me today, but I said,
Tiger Red.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
I can't do it.
We're gonna get there. I promise we're gonna get there. But I have heard like just imagine on those holes, like it's 7,264 yards. As playing as a par 70, that's good size. I don't remember what Torrey Pines was last year as a 70. I think it was 73, maybe 74.
Sure, yeah.
But that's a big par 70. Like 72s are usually 73, 74.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think like what you said what you heard today, Brian, like people being like, this is going to be hard. Like this is a lot harder than what people are talking about. People just think it's
US Open.
yeah.
Can't wait.
Oh,
I'm gonna try and sneak on it.
That's right.
do it.
So what I heard was that they made it fair, at least, where it's not like fairway, and then 3-foot rough. They made it. It's like fairway. They have like a first cut, and then they have like a second cut, and then they have a third cut. So it's not like if you don't hit the fairway, like, or if it runs slightly off, it's not. You're
The
not
second
screwed.
cut is still the third. The second cut is
They said ankle deep.
yeah.
Ankle deep.
It
but-
was crazy. Like I said, them hitting multiple balls in the practice round, like just around the green, just like this is between you and I, like doing chips from the green. They're dropping the balls disappear. Like it's like
That's second cut.
insane.
That's not
Yeah.
even like crazy cut. That is second cut. Like it's gonna be, and I think they cut today. I think they did some cut today of like mowing.
Yeah, it's
And they're like,
Thursday.
then they're like, nope.
was
Like
gonna-
after this,
that's it.
we're done.
I was gonna say it's only
Yeah.
Tuesday. It's got like 3 more days. Like
I think Brooks and Rory both mentioned that. They're like, we saw the mowers out today. We're not seeing them again.
Yeah.
Like-
And we know grass grows fast.
Yeah, they're relieved of their duties for
Oh.
the rest of the weekend.
They're pumped.
You gotta hit the fairways, right? And they were saying how you're gonna see guys taking all different clubs off tees, and it's gonna be fun.
So I think
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing is like if I compared it, because like most of the time we get the US Opens up here, or with like the majors, we get Winged Foot, we get Shinnecock, we get Baltusrol, Marion. I feel like those are all like very similar courses to Brook. Bethpage. Bethpage is a different, but you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
skinny fairways, big rough. I know Bryson had it the last time. I don't know if he's going to be able to use that same tactic this year because it is
He
thinner.
was hitting irons. I was watching him hit irons off the tee. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to do the driving
Yeah.
game. I don't think so. Well, yeah, with the wrist as well.
Yeah.
We got the wrist, we got Billy Horschel's finger, we got
his live golf.
I know, we
There's
got-
a lot going on in Bryson's head.
we got
He was a lot nicer today.
we got Phil and DJ's
Feeling
money
thankful.
bags just falling out of their pockets. Oh, it's gonna be unbelievable. But
Can you guys smell my burps? I had like garlic chicken. I'm like, something must have died in my
Thank
stomach.
God.
It is
Wow, Claire.
brutal.
this in
Freddie was thinking of
Duffer's
the
cabin's going unreal.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Oh my god!
You
Like,
know that?
Yeah.
I'm like, holy hell! No, I feel fine, but I'm
That's good.
doing it. I'm like, this stinks.
That's
I actually really can't smell it, so you're
I'm
good.
trying to blow it that way.
Let it rip.
Do it.
Poor Mrs. Monroe, it's seeping up there.
Yeah, she's never letting us back.
Yeah.
God. Oh man.
God rest her soul.
But I mean, you know, like what we talked about earlier, especially with like the redesign and everything. You know, Gil Hanse came in 2009. They started planning it this. I believe they planned it. 2021 was supposed to be the 125th or something like that. Or was it always supposed to be this year? Was always supposed to be Brookline? I forget.
No, I think it was always. I always remember being 2022.
Okay,
I think, yeah.
but like they got Gil Hansen in 2009, and they're like, you gotta like this course is still 1895.
Yep,
Like let's
yep.
start ripping stuff up. Let's go at it, and he's done an amazing job. I
Mhm.
think the course looks
It's
amazing from TV. Jesus, I
Atta
now that Jimmy
boy.
said verbs,
Yeah,
now
see,
I'm.
Freddie was thinking it was
Oh,
him
God.
before. That's why you noticed.
We needed an antacid sponsor
Oh,
or something.
yeah.
Seriously, we're getting old. Oh my god.
Prilosec or something.
Kidney stone.
Yeah.
It's in wrong.
Mike didn't even take us off the rails this time. The rest of us did. What happens when we're in studio?
Gas.
Tim's gas. Took us-
It's tough, you know, that Zoom's easy, man. It's pretty fucking easy.
Oh
It's
my
so
God.
true.
More natural flowing though. I feel.
Oh, absolutely. No, this is
I'd be like, oh,
fantastic.
so what were you saying?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Hey, hey, hey.
I know,
Oh,
man.
we lost
Imagine we
Mike.
get
We
the-
lost Mike.
Yeah.
Tim's frozen. Tim's frozen.
Mike's back. Mike's back.
I have no apologize.
Oh.
Sorry, this happens every time. guys.
Oh man, but I am very excited to hear everyone's daily fantasy picks for this week.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
everyone knows, daily fantasy is sponsored by
My mother.
absolutely no one, because no one has
Fantastic.
no one has offered to sponsor us yet.
You can't have two lineups up in front of me. You gotta,
I have my one. This is where the most money is.
you gotta do.
It's
It's gonna
There we
mind
go.
of its own. You gotta delete one of those.
I literally cannot withdraw, and it won't. Our daily fantasy
people that we use right now will not let me withdraw one of the
brought to you
lineups.
by
You want to go first?
Strictly Fantasy.
The rule is that Brian has to go first, because when Brian did daily fantasy for the first time, he had an all-time line.
That was terrible. That was absolutely. I wish that was live. I wish that was live.
Oh yeah, you missed that episode.
No, I missed.
So Brian just
Lord, I was scrambling to set up my account.
Yeah.
and then figure out the freaking portal. What was going on?
Now
So-
he puts him on the spot first every time.
So Brian picks 5 guys, and he's like, and those are all I have. And I was like, wait, what? And he goes, yeah, I ran out of money. I only have like $3,000 left. It's like, it won't let you put the lineup in unless you have.
Guys, burgers a try.
He tried to beat the system. He didn't even know it was going. And
Yeah.
he just learned the
I
curve.
focus in on less guys. I don't need.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm curious how that would have paid out for you.
Right. I mean, what? It would have been a great strategy if you could do it.
Yeah.
You could do
See
it.
the
Not
face
allowed.
off from here, Cotton.
Yeah, just top 5 guys. Pick
Right.
Top 5.
Yeah, I know, right?
That'd be wonderful.
Cool. All right. So we're gonna kick it off. We always go high to low. My highest paid guy coming in at 10,500. I got the Northern Irishman Rory McIlroy.
Yep.
Good pick.
Me too.
Good pick.
Good
Good pick.
There we go. Bang bang.
You don't have to worry about paying him more money.
Very good.
Yeah, nice. There we go.
Relative joke.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Coming in at number 2, also fairly high at 10,000 on the dot. Mr. Morikawa.
Good
Colin.
pick.
Colin, here we go.
Good pick.
Yeah, got to meet him today. Very good gentleman.
Lovely, good pick.
Almost stole my girlfriend. We won't talk about
Why
it.
are we picking him then?
Yeah, it's for him. So Jory posted to her story, and someone said, "Is this Brian's hall pass? Like, is he the one that he would let you go cheat on?" She goes, "It's both of our hall passes." Yeah, I would.
What if we
Christine-
get his
Christine-
attention? Be like, Colin,
I would. Yeah,
you're my girlfriend's all pass.
Yeah. You're also mine if you're interested. Yeah. So
Hey, quick little tidbit on Morikawa. He was asked today about his engagement, and he's like, "That's private. Like, I'm keeping that to close to the chest."
hell yeah, because he met Midori night today.
That's right.
Yeah, it's on the rocks.
Can't have
now.
stalkers coming to my fucking wedding.
Yeah. Seriously. All right. So number 3 coming in. I didn't see him today, but Brooksy. I know he's doing unbelievable in his U.S. Open.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, great pick.
$8,700.
Yeah, a little whiny, but we'll take him. And then coming in next, you guys will love it. Guess who is always in my lineup and is always going to stay in my lineup?
Sanjay.
Mr. Sanjay.
Unless he gets COVID.
Unless he gets COVID.
There has to go do
I did
military
see-
service in South
Yeah,
Korea.
I did
That
see
one
him
too.
today. Was too far away to get any interaction.
We got to
Will
get
love
you
it.
his hat. That
do.
we got to get you
It's
that.
him, but we could say it would be funnier if we were like, we got you Siwoo Kim's hat because they wear the same hat.
Oh,
Yeah.
the same
That would be so
sponsor.
much
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
Sponsor, yeah.
I think what's his name? Kang does too. I think Sun Kang has the same sponsor as well.
What is it?
It's a Korean company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Rounding it out. Gonna go with the Aussie. He was the first guy I met today. First autograph I got was Mr. Mark Leishman.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Cam Smith. I was like,
No, he was in the same group. Yeah. Cam Smith, Leishman, and Morgan.
well.
Jed Morgan. But
Got
all 3 of the Australian guys.
Big Leish.
there.
Big
And then,
Leish.
Big Leish. Big life.
And then because I had very few money left and slim pickings, I just recognized this guy's name from today is Dunlap.
And
Nick. Nick Dunlap. I just remember seeing his
And-
name on the bag. So
Beautiful.
that's
That's
it.
a first timer. That's
The first time.
The name of a golf ball.
Oh yeah, 0 cuts at his
he
0.
might be an alternate.
Yeah, he is brand new. He's never been.
he might be an amateur.
Yeah, he's clean
I
plate.
love it.
Clean plate. Yeah.
That's
Dunlap.
unreal.
Let's go.
Hopefully
Yeah,
everyone
wow.
heard that.
I
Verb.
mean, we met amateur.
Michael.
Wow.
What'd you meet?
Putting on the spot. All right. This is a great lineup because I said so. We're gonna round it out with
Started out.
Mike, you are
started out
all over the place. Where is your lineup?
with Rory
Oh, okay.
McIlroy.
Yep.
10,500. Good pick.
He's been my guy lately. Really love what he's
His interview today
he's
was
all about.
phenomenal.
We'll,
Yeah.
we'll get there. Oh, we'll get there.
He was the one. If he was the one I really wanted to see. I didn't see.
Yeah.
You know, he just moves the needle for Mikey here, and it's good to have I got the Tiger. If you're watching, I got the Tiger red on.
The wiggles the willy.
The wiggles the willy.
Yeah.
You got the Tiger red on.
Unbelievable statement.
Tiger won't be at Brookline, unfortunately. He's
We're not
gearing up for the 150th anniversary of the Open, which is in St. Andrews this year, which can't blame him. Can't blame him.
Nope.
A ton of history here in Brookline.
But out of everything you go to, why do you play the PGA?
Yeah.
Stay home at the PGA.
He didn't know he was
Don't
going to be.
slow down.
The worst. PGA is
Yeah.
the worst. He has history. I mean, he has history at Southern Hills too. He won a PGA champ there.
You
but
can't be swinging out of this rough. U.S. Opens PGA is way easier.
that is true. That's true.
So we got Rory. We got
country club. I'd be carrying him on my back.
Yeah.
We all would be.
I
We talked
volunteer.
about that. We were
Yeah,
like, can
right,
we
get
just
him
carry
going.
him from hole to hole?
They
Yep.
do have rental scooters at the
Oh.
course.
Imagine getting him a
Yeah,
bird. He
mobility.
just runs. He just rides down the bird.
The stop and stop.
Oh, no
ones.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's even better.
You can rent
The
it.
veterans. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you can. Yeah, there's a whole tent.
All right.
On to number 2.
So Rory, don't forget Rory.
Never will.
Number 2, Justin Thomas.
Good pick.
Big
Jake.
time.
Back to back
Big
back,
time.
guys.
Good.
You know,
Yay, monies.
we didn't talk about the RBC Canadian Open
We will.
at all. We will.
We will.
Well, I'm going to talk about it right here. Right
Okay.
now. I mean, that's
Yeah,
a
no problem.
tournament that has St. George's, picturesque. Canadians love golf.
Yep.
A lot of history in these big time tournaments. Brian, I'll grab the summary if you
Yeah.
could,
I did feel it.
Um,
It was still pretty heavy.
That was pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
But PGA Tour, I know we're getting to it, but it couldn't have asked for a better finish on last Sunday
No, that was
than it got. And I know we're gonna get into it. I'm not even gonna say it yet, but Rory beats JT. They also have Finau in the group, who is my third pick, Tony Finau.
Wow.
I'm
Oh
taking
my
that
God,
whole
Money's
group.
McGee.
I'm taking that whole group from last week.
Knee now?
Finau.
Knee now.
Finau. What did Timmy call him?
Fifi.
Oh, that was like when Mikey was calling Patrick Reed. He was like, P. Reed.
Reed.
P. Reed. P. Reed. Might have been the same episode, actually.
Probably.
You got a 4-day tournament finishing on Sunday in the PGA Tour last week. All right, at RBC Canadian Open. So it's like the Open, the US Open to Canada, people. It's open, baby.
That's nicer.
Just much nicer. Yeah, not as hard.
Yeah.
But
The people are like the crowd is nicer for sure.
Yeah.
Canadians versus Bostonians. Oof.
I'm taking that group right there because that was sweet, and glad the PGA got that last Sunday.
So are we now in the poorhouse for the rest
So we're
of
now
our
in the
picks?
poorhouse.
that was 2 big ones.
Now had
Three big ones.
3 big. Oh,
I did
Tiffy. What was Tiffy?
TP's 8,200, which is like
82?
average,
82?
but you know.
No, she's okay. We had to dig deep here, and it's not that hard when you got Kevin Kisner sitting
No.
at 6,900.
No, no, it's
hit
not.
fairways,
The pick.
hit greens,
Unfazed.
Ain't no hobby, baby. This ain't no hobby.
Is that man?
Nope.
Yeah.
and I think his kind of like protege, or little younger, maybe same age, same swag, same vibe. Joel Damon.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
big
All
Joel
right,
Damon.
all right.
Yep.
Just
Good
easy,
guys.
easy going.
What type of pick
you
is
know.
that? Good pick.
Good pick. Good
Good
pick.
pick.
So we got Joel, and then we got Denny McCarthy. I've
Who
seen
the
Denny.
hell?
I've seen Denny's name on scoreboards and leaderboards a little bit.
a good player.
Last couple months, he got an exemption from someone withdrawing and something, and did well with it.
Medical
He-
exemptions too. He's coming
from
off
the-
injury.
He's from an area, and he did well, like at a local tournament.
I think it was the Amex.
I've seen his name. Denny too. Denny.
Danny.
I think I might name my kid that if I
Poppy
have a
and
boy.
Danny.
Poppy and Danny.
Danny.
Not Dennis, just Dennis.
Danny.
Denny.
Danny.
Danny and Poppy. That's
Yeah,
gotta
drop
get-
the S. Drop the S.
Nope, Denny. Nothing against
Got
Dennis, but
confused with
Right.
Jenny McCarthy.
Gonna
It's a little different.
gonna have to convince Brent of that one.
Yeah, we'll see. But I'm happy with it. It's PGA heavy. It's ready to rock.
do you know Joel Damon? He plays with I think it's a hybrid that he bought at like a job lot.
Love the prize.
It's incredible.
Imagine like a plate against sports.
Exactly. It's incredible.
Oh, that's
Danny wears a
unbelievable.
bucket hat.
Danny
Well,
wears
that's
a
what
bucket hat.
Daniel Berger used to
Yeah.
do that. Daniel Berger.
That's
I mean,
like-
a lot of those guys have done it. Like Jordan Spieth had the the Wilson putter, or was it a Spalding putter as well? I think it was I think he had an extended putter from when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Before Scotty Cameron was like, here's $3 million.
Which
It
stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam Burns, Mike's nemesis, used to play with like a club. Daniel Berger used to have a 2-iron so he had everything else Callaway, and then he had a tailor-made 2-iron.
Doesn't Scheffler put like lead tape on his?
He had a Nike 3-wood, which
Yeah.
is unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
I'll go to this. I will take this to my grave. Nike clubs were not there. The irons were very good. I didn't.
Sumo. What about the Sumo?
Wasn't that
the
good?
loudest club in the league?
Slink.
Yeah, turning heads at the range.
Pretty
Actually,
good.
the sumo is in my bag.
Yeah, because you got it.
I
at,
carry it in my bag.
Yeah, where'd you get that? Lost and Found or something?
Yeah, it was at Agawam. It was actually at
Agawam.
Agawam.
Oh,
yeah, I bought it in the. It was like they
Yeah,
sold it
that's
for
where I got-
$30.
that's
It was
where
a
I got my-
demo club.
That's where I got
And
my
they sold it to
60.
me for
That's where I got
$30.
my 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Well, what's it called? But then too, James had all Nike stuff as well, and I was like, oh, I just hate those clubs.
Yeah, James.
James
yeah.
had Nike's
James,
clubs.
yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Jimmy.
Yep.
Um.
Are we doing bogeys for the
Slowly
boys?
but
and
surely.
girls?
Oh yeah. Here we go.
That's lined up. All right.
We got them.
I had an Agawam story. I don't want to.
We'll pull it through.
Any
Don't you
premature.
worry. Don't you worry. So, as usual, I have 2 lineups, but this is my real lineup. So,
That lineup sucks.
bro, that's not good.
Maybe you should go
Anyways.
first to that.
No, I
I'm fine with people interrupting. Yeah.
Seriously, right? Go for it. Yeah. Number one, $10,000. Colin Morikawa. I got Brian's hall pass. I got Midori's hall pass.
Yeah.
Thinking about maybe being my hall pass.
Yeah, there we go.
But
Put it on the pad.
an actual statement,
taken,
and
dudes.
I know he is taken.
Yeah.
Yep. Number 2, $9,000. This dude has been playing lights out golf this year. Shane Lowry.
Bargain.
He is
He is a bargain.
at $9,000 too. Like
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to be that high, but
Is that
even
euro?
at that high, I was like,
Euro or dollars?
that's
USD?
dollars. That's USD.
Tony's
That's,
8
With
less.
coupons?
but
Tony's 8 less.
Shane's had a better year,
I agree.
especially in Shane in the majors. The last couple of years has been lights out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's just
Lights
consistent
out.
flow, steady Eddie.
Lights out.
You're right.
Can I tell you why I didn't
Steady
pick him?
Laddie.
Tell me if this is a bad way of thinking. So he's a Europe guy. He plays links golf, grew up playing links golf. And then as soon as I heard that there was no layups, or not layups, but no run-ups to the green, like you can't play any sort of links kind of shot, I was like, I'm just gonna leave him out.
Augusta, you can't
Yeah.
play any.
I know.
and He crushes Augusta. He finished 3rd this year. He finished top 10.
No,
last
I'm
year.
gonna- he is playing.
I think that.
He's-
I understand
that's
it.
Great
Right.
thinking. Yeah.
I understand it because he's used to hitting it low.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I
mean,
think it's a great pick.
So
Don't get
was
me wrong.
so was Rory.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
That's why when we go play links, we're sailing it over the green because we're used to it.
Yeah,
now.
no, it's-
yeah. We're used
When
to
we play links, my ball's gonna go ooh, boom,
it. Yeah.
like 50 driver. I'm gonna be like, I'm hitting this low.
No, I think that's a great way of thinking. But
I would agree with your
But then
thinking, but
again,
I
I'm
just,
like,
but
he's
it's
a professional golfer.
Yeah,
He can adjust.
Lincoln
Okay.
Isle travels.
and
Scott.
it's also Shane. Like he's just been
Yeah.
on fire. My 3rd guy, very surprised. It was especially not in your lineup because you're a golf nerd just like me.
Some game.
The last major event
Oh,
that was
damn it.
played
This is my pick.
at the Country Club of Brookline was the 2013 U.S. Amateur.
He stinks.
Who won the 2013 U.S. Amateur? Or it might have been 2015. Anyways,
I think it was
who won the U.S. Amateur here?
13.
Matthew Fitzpatrick.
You hear he's staying with his old host family?
That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's his family from the amateur. He's
Wow.
staying with them
That's
this
amazing.
Is it Tom Brady?
No,
Yeah.
no, it's probably like Auntie Susan or
I know, right?
yeah.
But
Superstition. Got to be a superstition.
Matthew
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick, I took him. I think he's going to be great. He
Love
has
that.
7 top 10s this year. He's been playing great.
See, that's the same thinking as like
I-
the Shane Lowry links thing. It's like if stick to it, like if you
Yeah.
know if you're good, yeah.
You know what I'm gonna say, and this is gonna be contrary to a lot of popular belief, and I root for this kid.
I really like this.
Timmy said Willie Z's never gonna win one. Mikey's saying Matty F. is never.
Wait. A
Tab.
major or an event at all? Because he's won a couple, right?
He's never won a PGA Tour event. He's won a European Tour event.
Ooh.
So, all right.
But if he wins,
Never gonna win a PGA Tour event or a major.
Never.
Scottish Open is a
We need to
PGA
put
Tour
we
event
need to
this
get a
year.
board.
I know.
Yeah, we gotta do it.
We're gonna have,
Mouse check.
we're gonna
That's
have
big.
We're gonna have
I
croquets
love that.
galore. I cannot wait until we have all the croquets.
That's
and you-
huge.
Oh,
Matthew Baker
I
is
saw him in-
Croquet Bakery.
I saw him in the Ryder Cup and he shriveled.
he did not.
Water.
He,
Cold water.
he did not have his best Ryder Cup. I will say that.
And that's pressure, man.
He did not
Yeah.
have his best. The only person who did play in the Ryder Cup this year was Sergio and Shane Lowry. Once. And we don't talk about one of the guys. Anyway, so we do still.
Wow.
81. My fourth player, $8,100. I think this is an absolute steal. Max Homa.
Yeah.
Max has been playing fantastic this year. Got him in 7,300. Number 5, Harold Varner
Love that guy.
the third.
Yeah.
Harold Varden.
Yeah.
Harold Varden. Harry
Varden or Varner?
Yeah.
Harry Varner.
Pan or Pam? I think I could help with this whole pan situation.
Harold Varner 1 and 2. Where are they at?
I mean, his dad goes to a lot of events. I think.
Oh.
Yeah, he was down in the South
So-
Carolina.
so
He's
we
down
know
at
where they
Hilton Head. Yeah.
I kind of think that I like try and swing like hair. Like
Really?
I just come. Yeah, I love his quick little.
My
little
favorite
back
part
and forth,
about
like it's
yeah.
kind of like
it's
For your irons or
It's very
your
twitchy.
for everything? Or
irons more so. And like hitting the 9-iron in the backyard. Like,
Mm,
keep that close to I don't know. I like
All
that.
right.
Comes around. yeah.
interesting. I like it.
But no, I just think of like his backswing, like it, and Matthew Wolf's, like those are like the take back. You know what I mean? Matthew Wolf, like he goes away,
oh,
and Harold Varner comes like right back. You know, how
Yeah.
they're two very different.
Yep.
Like I more geared towards. I more lean towards the Varner take back. as
okay.
opposed to the-
Speaking of weird take back from when standing behind Jim Furyk, you don't notice the
He's
little
playing
hinge.
too,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was it's him and Fluff out there on the tee.
Unreal.
But no, you can't notice the little hinge when you're standing right behind him.
wow.
But like when you're like see him from the back, like you're literally facing his back. Can't notice. I was
Interesting.
like, it looks good. Probably not.
Doesn't show.
Yeah, it doesn't show.
The results right. Phenomenal.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
And then-
Get the bev.
Yeah.
Never. And then my sixth guy, $7,100, Justin Rose, former U.S. Open champ.
He shot a
Very
60.
Shot a
Yeah.
60 at the
Yeah.
RBC Canadian.
Yep.
I like him. He's
Very cheap.
Yep.
steady Eddie.
That is, I think those are
cuts. You know he's making cuts.
I'll
Yeah,
give you that one.
yeah, I like him.
my other lineup.
Are you a big J Rose guy?
He's in my lineup.
Oh yeah.
I think it's
You haven't
stupid.
gone yet.
I love Justin Rose. I think it's stupid. He's like part of all the people that just making logos. Their names
Yeah.
in the logos.
Commercial.
Yeah.
All right, Tim, take it up. Bring it on up.
It's ugly.
All right. I'm very confident with this lineup. It's got to be one of my number. And the reason why I'm so confident, because I have a reason for each one.
Love it.
That first one is Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Bang.
Doesn't have to win, just has to make that damn
Just
cut.
has to make
Mhm.
the cut.
Just has to make the cut.
Winning would be nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last person to win here in a PGA Tour event was him, or it was an amateur event.
U.S.
but
amateur.
Don't
Yep.
get
You know what I mean?
PGA win yet.
yeah, you're right. Not gonna win. Not gonna win one,
Yeah.
according to Michael.
I don't want to get it.
Max Homa plays. Max Homa plays
Sucks
unbelievable.
going last. All you guys are taking.
I know. He really
Yeah,
does.
literally.
There's only one that hasn't been touched.
Save him for last.
Yeah, I will. I will. Max Homa plays. He has won the past 2 times at Riviera Country Club. Same style of golf course, very
Mhm.
small greens, rough around the greens. He plays unbelievable with the rough and everything like that.
I like it. I said great pick. I picked him.
I know. Did you know that though?
No, but
Different UV index.
Different UV. It is.
very different UV index. That is true.
Great bargain pick. He is what's now I listened to an interview with him. He was even confident who he is his own worst critic. He says when he goes into tournaments, he's like, I am not going to win this tournament, or I have a very good shot. He said he has a good shot.
Wow.
He is a very good putter. His name is Kevin Kisner. Kevin Kisner,
My guy.
$6,900. What a steal.
Get
Next
the
one.
Get the T20, baby. That's all you need to
That's
do.
right.
Kids. T20 kids.
That's right. Rory McIlroy is my next pick. It's
Great pick.
$10,500, as you heard with the last 2. The reason I picked him is because I listened to an interview to him today, and everyone else is saying that the rough is treacherous or whatever. And he said, no, we can get out of the rough. We can hit the green. It's And so he is confident.
Dialed in Rory is
This is our-
scary.
our-
Dialed in Rory.
This is our Rory tablecloth.
Yeah,
right here.
literally.
And Shane.
Yeah,
Yep.
Rory and
Yeah,
Shane.
Rory
Yep.
and Shane.
Yeah, I will not lie. Dialed in Rory is probably like no one will ever be Tiger level. I think the closest thing that you can get
Yeah.
to Tiger is dialed in
And-
playing his best golf.
And that's
ball.
Yes.
where he's at right now.
Yep, and
Yep.
it's not good for the rest of the field.
I absolutely love him winning RBC and then practice round next day.
Mm.
Yeah.
Literal no date off.
Yes.
Loved it.
I think he only shotgunned an oyster. Like I think he had an oyster, and after he won, he didn't do any alcohol. I think. Well, he probably did some, but
Wow.
but I saw him.
I did a couple alcohols.
Yeah.
Couple 2-3 alcohols.
Alcohols.
Probably.
Jay Rose, my second to last pick. Jay Rose. I mean,
Great pick.
U.S. Open champ. Just
Logo.
Top logo.
I
Top
like
logo.
Mike's theory about he was picking guys based on last week and that
Mhm.
that electric seismic play, and then the success of the entire leaderboard. So Jay Rose finished what, 5th, something like that.
Yep, 60 on the last day.
60. He's coming off.
Should have shot at 59. Missed kind of an easy putt on 18. Should have shot at 59.
Nope. He's coming off hot. Last one, but not least, finished very good at the Masters. Best bunker player I have seen in a long time. I said this last time. His name is Joaquin Neiman.
Jocko.
Joaquin
Jocko
Neiman.
was a good pick. Jocko,
Wow.
good pick.
He's going to have to be
Little
good around the greens
Very low guy.
and good putter. And also Kevin Kisner is a good putter. I didn't say that. Obviously, you need to be
One of the best.
great putter.
Joaquin's
No
hips.
Brad Faxon.
I feel bad for Joaquin's hips.
They go.
Yeah.
They
They
freaking
whip.
move.
They do not lie.
No.
Holy hell.
I wanted to share something with you guys.
Pereira at the U.S. Open.
He is. He was expensive.
Yeah.
He was like, I think he was more expensive than Jocko this week.
Really?
Yeah, he was like $7,900. I was like,
All right.
Mito.
I like
Yeah, man. Why not?
They're
Why not?
best- also they're-
liked him for a while.
Very-
they're best friends.
I know.
Mito and the Chilean guys.
Was Mito in my head. Guido.
Guido
Guido
Migliosi.
Migliosi.
Yeah, I saw him
Oh,
today.
Guido Migliosi.
Yeah, I was like, Midori, that's Guido Migliosi. She goes, hell yeah. She knew it immediately who it was.
Oh, yeah.
Just the name, yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't pull a broadcast boys and go, who? Who?
Who the hell?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, Guido, I'm the chooch. I should
No,
say
you
that.
can't forget
Did you guys
that.
go through Italy?
Be unreal.
No, just Ireland, France. Yeah.
Mm,
Oh, that's
That's
sweet.
true.
Oh.
World's most well-traveled man sitting to my right.
I know.
Yep,
right?
it goes all.
Later.
It's exhausting.
Both of these guys.
Not even in this time zone.
Yeah, the different egos for pleasure.
Dude,
I go for
kid you not.
business.
Ireland, we rented a car. I was driving all over.
Wrong
Ireland.
side of the road. That must have been
Wrong side of the
brutal.
road, dude. Driving here was the first time driving back here. I was questioning everything I was doing. I was going like 70 down 95. Like I was like leaning too far to the right because I'm on this side of the car and
Like
like
to say, going 70 on 95 is pretty normal.
no, I normally go 90. I was
Allegedly.
yeah. Don't,
Allegedly.
Oh, my lawyers don't have to say that.
Yeah, right.
But no, it's just I couldn't drive. It's crazy.
At least your license plate don't say BO.
I changed it. Giving you away.
All the cops that listen to us.
Anyway, yeah, before I get arrested.
Oh man. Well, I thoroughly think that we enjoyed talking about the U.S. Open, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's
Like the sportsbook app. The romance of Francis We Met came into my mind. So I looked up all the amateurs and who are some local people.
Michael Thorbjorsen.
Michael Thorbjorsen.
Take him.
He is from Wellesley.
Wellesley.
Wellesley. He's from Wellesley, Massachusetts. And also Caleb Manuel is from Maine. So I mean, New England guy.
That's enough.
Whatever.
Little Mainer.
Their odds are astronomical.
Yeah.
So you throw a
Did
couple.
you
You throw a
put a
couple
buck down?
You throw a couple chiclets at them.
Yeah,
100,000 to 1.
That's $5 you're never gonna see
Yeah.
again, but that's okay.
Yeah. You never know. Imagine the story that would be like whatever.
Again.
Real
Again.
chew there.
Again.
Wow.
But just keep your eye on the
Wait, you see any
Think
amateurs?
about it, man.
amateurs. Wellesley,
I
Massachusetts.
think I don't know where Manuel plays. I think Thorbjorsen plays at Stanford. I'm not sure though. I think he played in like the Western Collegiate. I forget. But yeah, no, he's
Thorbjornsen is legit.
Yeah.
He's legit.
Absolute mouthful of a name. It's like when you get Preston Summerhays up there. It's just like this is a lot of vowels. This is a lot of vowels. It's a lot of syllables. A lot of syllables in there. Like
that's a breeze
compared to Michael Thorbjornsen. Yeah.
African Rat.
Oh God, Derek. That is Mikey's number one. Kira Deck.
That's once you get the hang of it.
That poor caddy bib.
We ran out of room.
The lady stitching it, she's cramping.
What was the baseball player who had to go all the way around?
Yes,
was it Saltalamacchia?
Longest name.
Yeah.
Jared Saltalamacchia.
Played for the Red Sox.
Had a crest.
Couldn't throw it back to the pitcher.
Not to save it.
Yeah, it went. They were going hip to hip. He was restricted by his own freaking name.
Okay, he had the yips.
Yeah.
But I just had a great time talking about the U.S. Open, didn't you guys? Indeed. Now we got to talk about something that honestly I don't really want to talk about that much.
Talk about it.
It's honestly it's gotten us a ton of followers on TikTok because I'm kind of reviewing it every day. But like, I'm
the Canadians.
I'm good. About it. I'm over it.
Right. You seem to want to
live.
I don't see your rating, so I would skip. I know nothing about it.
We got to talk about it. You know,
live.
Well, it's not like we're asking the pros about it.
I know.
Obsessively.
Jesus, live golf, boys. Oh my God.
Well,
I did see
the
a
media.
Some guy was wearing said they get live life, live golf or something like that.
No way.
Something like that. Yeah.
Did people throw shit at him? That would have been unreal.
He actually looked like Dom from Safe Bar Golf.
Oh man,
Dom.
Might have been
that you.
Yeah, seriously, we gotta hit up Derek and Dom, see if they're in the area. But I don't know if you guys were able to watch Thursday and like the first two rounds.
I watched the day one.
It's only 3 days, folks.
It's only 3 days.
No cut.
That's where the camera is.
No cut.
There's a camera on here, but the camera's right there.
I'm used to looking at my fucking.
I know it's okay. It's okay.
You'll get it.
No one would have saw it.
I haven't looked at the camera.
Or no one watches. You know.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
No, but
anyways,
I don't think the players are ready for the media in overseas across the pond for the Live Tour. Like the Formula One aspect, like that the media questions,
they are brutal.
I love it.
Oh my God,
What
they are.
do they ask? What do you mean?
No, so like American media, like we bitch about it all the time. It is tame compared to English media.
Are you talking about like the media who is asking these people questions in the live or the
in the
period
in the live?
in the,
Okay.
in the Live?
But like they were
Last or
like
whatever.
the Americans were not ready for it. It was like a British guy goes up and it's just like and even the golfers from there too just weren't even ready when he was like, would you play in a tournament where Vladimir Putin is the sponsor?
Right.
And Ian Poulter just goes, not answering that. Like typical postman asshole, not answering
Another
that.
guy went through like all like the shit that these like
To Phil, right? To Phil.
Yeah, I
Phil or
hated that.
no
Phil.
DJ. It was DJ and someone else, and they kind of like the
Oh, Taylor
the
Gooch.
9/11 victims, like
Oh,
the
that one,
people,
yeah,
like
that was
bonded
dumb.
in Yemen, like
Yeah.
like
That's
a
dumb.
list of just
So
bad shit. And
the English media went off on the guys last week. And then this week they're just getting like, why did you decide to go to Live? Can you explain yourself? And like they still don't. But like honestly, like watching those last week was a bloodbath. Like it was insane. And then Thursday came around. I was excited for it. I thought it was gonna be cool.
Sure.
It was good. The shotgun start was kind of cool. I wish they wouldn't do that on Saturdays, but they're staying to it.
Love it.
Probably the worst thing that could have happened to them was DJ was not in contention. Phil was not in contention.
yes.
Lee Westwood wasn't in contention. Poulter, like none of the big names are in. Carl Schwartzel's technically a big name, but like, he ended up winning. Henny Duplessis, who no one had heard of.
Who the hell?
Yeah, exactly. Like on.
That sounds like the RBC.
He was playing on the South. He was playing on the South African tour, and Charles Schwartzel gets up there, starts pumping his tires, being like, "He's one of the best players to come out of South Africa in years." And I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, I do not care who the hell Henny Duplessis is. Like that dude just won $2 million for playing fine.
Yeah.
Like literally, he played fine. The team event I kind of think is cool. Like I think it's okay.
names are brutal.
Oh my God,
What's
Sergio.
cool about it?
Huh?
What's cool about it?
I like the idea of doing like the team thing. I like the thing that like your captain counts as double, like whatever their score is.
Teams.
Yeah,
You always want you're always
Golf,
wanting to do
unless it's like a solely golf,
like Wolf, you want them to be
like
playing
a
Wolf
Ryder
out there?
Cup or a President's Cup or.
I think the
None of
way
these guys are out there trying to win for the team.
Nah,
They're trying to win for
they
themselves.
need to tweak it. The way they pick teams every week.
that's
a little-
bad.
a
That's
little-
very bad.
Every week.
So really, only the captain will make a bunch of money.
I should be
off of it.
picking the team.
So Charles Schwartzel was the
Picking the
captain.
lineups.
Yeah, that's right.
Henny Duplessis was on his team, so they ran the fuck away with it this week. I think Schwartzel ended up getting $750,000, and then Henny ended up getting like $250,000 or something like that. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was interesting to watch. You could tell that like DJ didn't care. Like DJ didn't care at all. Like he was, yeah, he's making so much money it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Phil was just trying to be entertaining, which I was
I mean,
fine
there-
with.
it's gonna be even like this U.S. Open. It's gonna be
Yeah.
a weird because obviously golf is very mental. I think everyone's in a weird spot where they're like they don't know how to feel. Like what side of that they're just like getting in there. Like they're ashamed to be on both U.S. soil and out
absolutely.
there. So I think they're in a weird spot.
Yeah.
It's
mentally.
definitely sad, and I love like listening to John Rahm and like how he was talking about like the history of all these courses.
Mhm.
Like only
Yeah.
one Tiger have won on Pori in a major, like the
Yeah.
RBC Canadian
hear that.
Open. Like he was
Mhm.
like blowing up all these PGA spots that have had tournaments for years and years, and like
Yeah.
history of like, and he was talking about how he likes golf tournaments that have cuts that are 4 days, like
Yeah.
that aren't shotgun starts where you obviously go out if you're like playing worse, you go out before everybody else and you
Yeah.
go home.
Yeah.
Go home.
Like, and then Rory was talking
Mhm.
about how he had one more win than Greg Norman.
That was
blowing up,
unbelievable.
Like, and really backing, like his
Yeah.
guys. And he said a lot about how he even said it, like how these guys who went over, like they're older, a lot of them are older, and
Mhm.
he even brought the younger guys. He's like, that's why I don't really understand why I get like the younger guys. Like
Yep.
they're taking the easy way out. He said all that. Like
He did.
So they're really taking a firm stance, and I do think it probably is gonna like. Ron was asked about Sergio going,
Mhm.
and it's like. he's
Oh,
trying to
with
say,
the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
yeah,
interesting.
it's like,
Yeah.
he's gonna say
They
he's
were-
not gonna, not
they
gonna
were a
judge it. Like
team.
obviously you're
Jesus.
gonna answer it.
They were filthy as a team. I think they went 3-0 as a team.
Yes.
They were the only good European team. Filthy. But
I mean, you get paid a
Yeah.
bunch of money, and JT's saying everyone has a price for everything, but
absolutely.
it's definitely causing some.
Yeah. So Saturday comes.
turmoil. It's unfortunate.
Right.
And Saturday comes around, and so they announced that they had Patrick Reed on the broadcast saying that he's joining. They have Pat, which I was
See you later.
So what does that mean? Like, do people?
Oh no, I think
because
it's
you can
Patrick
only-
Reed.
Huh?
You say Patrick Reed?
You can only have-
Yeah, Patrick Reed.
Pat Perez is gone too.
Yeah,
Pat-
Patrick Reed. See you later.
Pat Perez was basically just like, "Hey, DJ asked me to join. He gave me they gave me $20 million to join. I'm never gonna make that much money again on the PGA Tour. I gotta fucking go, guys." And I was like, "I hear you." So they announced Patrick. They announced Bryson. They announced Pat. Bryson doesn't go on the thing, but they announced Bryson on their Instagram. They announced Pat Reed. They announced Pat Perez. Jason Kokrak is reportedly going. Ricky Fowler's reportedly going. Bubba's going. And now this one was surprising. Matthew Wolf is apparently going to go too. And so that's Saturday. And I was playing golf, and I go back. I watch a little bit of the coverage, and I was like, man, like I'm kind of like this is okay, but like I don't really know if I like this. And then Sunday comes around. And holy shit, could the PGA have not had a better day, minus Jay Monahan talking, because that was horrendous. He never give him the microphone again about this stuff. Oh my God, that was horrible. But having that last group together and them going at it for 18 straight holes, like this was supposed to be Live Golf weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And what is everyone talking about? Rory and JT and Tony playing unbelievable that Sunday. Like the crowd too, coming out of the woodwork at the Canadian Open too. Like shout out to the Canadians.
Yeah.
Like they hadn't had the Canadian Open since 2019. So
Right.
think about
COVID,
that.
yeah.
So they missed 2 years. They come out in full force. They crowd that green. It reminded me of Kiowa from last year. It was an unbelievable event. And Rory gets up there, he makes a putt, and he wins. And they just start shoving it in Greg Norman's face that he now's got 21 wins against his 20. And he's saying that all week. And it has now become, instead of Phil's getting crucified because Phil was the original guy. DJ, I don't think is getting it that. I think he's kind of getting it, but I don't think he's getting it that bad. I think it's really Phil. And the foreign guys, they're just like, we don't
DJ's
care.
Never rubbed anyone the wrong way because he's never had a personality.
He's just never rubbed anyone the right way.
Yeah, right. That's what I mean.
Besides Paulina.
He's so middle. Yeah, he's so middle of the road. So he's not saying anything crazy. If anything, he's just coming off as a slothy speaker. And
I think he's going to lean into this villain, though, because when people ask him, you're only playing 8 events and then you're done, what are you going to do for the rest of your time? He's like, whatever I want.
Yeah, but that's such a typical DJ answer.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I haven't thought that far.
I know.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
They asked Brooke that. I mean, I know it's just all about the money, but they asked Brooks the same thing, and he's like I can choose my own schedule.
On the PGA Tour.
I haven't played ever. I haven't played. He's only played once since I don't even know. He hasn't played in weeks.
Yeah,
so
he hasn't. He's played once since the PGA.
John Rahm's
so he
made enough money to all these guys. A lot of these guys have made enough money to retire and pay off their kids' student loans tenfold. And it's your tradition and history. You're pretty much just. Would you play a golf tournament if Vladimir Putin paid you $20 million? They're saying yes.
I don't have to answer that.
Fucking never asked. Never asked me.
Lee Westwood got up there too and was just like, "Well, now you're talking hypotheticals." I'm like, "You guys are fucking dickheads." Come on.
I understand for someone like Westwood.
Do what Kevin Nott did. Do what Kevin Nott did. Say, I'm taking it because my family will never have to worry about money ever again. And I will never have to worry about money. My kids will never have to worry about money. Their kids will never have to worry about money. He basically was like, I'm sorry, but I got to do it. Do it that way. Just do it that way. If you're going to do it, DJ kind of did it DJ did it that way.
Yeah.
Kevin Nott did it that way. Phil, I love you. You're my second favorite golfer ever. At one point, you were my favorite golfer. Not at one point, probably when I was younger, because I am a lefty. You were my favorite golfer ever. Or I realized the greatness of Tiger. Do not tell me how this is growing the game. It's not growing the game. You took the bag. Say it. Just say, I never have to my family will never have to worry about money again.
Is that good? Is that good?
I'd rather them
be to worry about money ever again.
Probably not, but as a parent,
it's is that but I feel
I know money is it's you want to provide.
Yeah.
Phil's also got to dig himself out of it.
Don't worry. I have said on multiple occasions, if the Live Tour ever came to the podcast and was like, we'll pay you $1 million to become the Live Tour podcast, we're selling the fuck out.
Yeah.
And that is why I'm being completely honest.
You're in a bidding war with Putin right now.
You and Putin
are throwing money at you.
If Vladimir Putin had a golf podcast, would you go on it?
Good luck.
Right, but are you saying is never have to worry about money again?
Like you set your great grandkids up for never having to work a day in their life. Is that you doing them a service?
No,
probably
not.
Not.
I don't
not having the total struggle, but I agree. Someone should have to. But I'm just saying that's why they're doing it.
Hard. Isn't it harder? Like Rory's saying, take an easy way out. Isn't it harder to work hard, not get paid to show up and honor not honor tradition and history, but the history of the game of golf. You're jeopardizing never being able to play in a master. You got these organizations talking about how long these people play in a masters, or majors or whatever.
Yeah.
But why would you jeopardize? I value the sport and the integrity of the game and
the history
moral values more than I would hope any dollar amount.
I would agree, but I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I can't blame I'm sorry if they came to me and they were like, here's $50 million, you have to play 8 times, and by the way, we're gonna pay you.
Right, but we're not into the podcast history. We're not if we go to the Saudi podcast company, we're not going to be like, well, these podcasts,
you're not
they're
wrong.
not, you know what I mean?
I don't disagree with you, but I go back now to like, I'm looking at our list and I'm looking at a guy like Pat Perez, for example. He just got offered between 10 and $20 million to go play there, plus all the money he's going to make, which at 48th place, which was Andy Ogletree this week, who had made a career earnings on the Korn Ferry Tour, career earnings of $38,000 in his career of 2 years being a professional. He made $38,000.
Little more corn. Wow.
A lot more. And this week alone, he made $120,000, finishing in dead last at 24 over, in dead last place.
Yeah, I would.
Is it? I mean, but would you sign up for that?
John Rahm
It's very hard not to.
Right, John Rahm put it great. Like when I was watching it on Thursday, it almost looked like a Fisher Price version of a golf.
Oh, for sure. No,
then,
some of the graphics were cool, but like a lot of it just seemed kind of funky.
What was
John
the coverage? Well, how did
Arlo White was
YouTube.
I'm not gonna lie, Arlo White was pretty damn good. The other two guys, one of them was good, and then they were mostly like cheerleading it and everything. But like I thought Arlo White was very good at actually commentating golf. Like if I was a PGA Tour, I would look at that.
Sure, but Rahm's point was that when he was watching it, when I was watching it, all they could talk about was when this guy finishes here, this is how much he's going to make. Whereas when they're playing at the RBC Heritage or the Memorial, they're like, remember this hole when they were doing this and Tiger hit this shot up there. You know what I mean? And it's all about legacy and history, you know, and all they could talk about in the live is money. Right.
Like you grew up watching golf a certain way.
Yeah.
The romance, you idolize like
Yes.
guys before you. And now you're going to play in
all that.
a 3-day event, no cuts, and you get paid a bunch of like you're taking a very easy way out. And
that's what Rory said too. He said for the younger guys, he was like so it's James Piet, Andy Ogletree, Turk Pettit are the three like main American young guys that went.
Like, is it bad for you, Timmy, to friggin' drive around in a van and sit outside venues like paying no money per like or a Motel 6 as a young golfer like trying to make it? Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like
no, it makes the end result that much sweeter if you make it.
Yeah.
You know,
you have something to reach for, something to attain, records to try to break.
You could establish yourself and try and become that best golfer you can possibly be, or you can just
you're such a sap, buddy.
You can just go to this tour and make a bunch of money and just like, you know, you get paid and you don't reach the full potential. You just like
I agree. I'm just putting myself into those guys' shoes where it's like I'm making 30,000 on the Korn Ferry Tour
to play freaking golf, the thing we do for fun.
I'm getting paid $30,000 a year on the Korn Ferry Tour. Or
it also sucks. Even when it sucks.
I know it only sucks because you suck. Like you suck. It's like you're paying the bills. You're trying to make it from tournament to tournament. Like that sucks. But at the end of the day, like if you win, you make money.
Yeah.
You know, and you make a lot of it. Like
so try to win.
You know your worth. Like if you're some schmuck coming out of college, like are you worth $5 million? No.
You gotta earn
like if the Celtics were offered to go play for like. I don't fucking know what I'm saying, but know your worth. Know your value.
The thing was, I did hear people asking, like tour players who weren't on the live tour, saying like, do you look at a guy who's doing the live thing and being like, I'm so much better than them, and they're making so much more money than me? Do you resent them? Do you hate them? And the answer was just straight up, no. We have the opportunity to go join that league as well. Like we could go do it if we wanted to. We decide not to.
Yeah. And you bet you like those guys. Like I mean, Greg Norman, I'm very mad at because he's the one who started this whole thing. And pissed at him. One of my former favorite golfers. He's just mad at the PGA because they shut down the World Golf League back in the day, which he tried to start too, or the World Golf Tour. World Golf Tour from back in the 90s, and like he tried to start that and it didn't go well. So he tries to start like a new golf tournament every 10 years. With this, like I'm mad at Greg Norman because he got involved in this. I'm obviously mad at the Saudi Arabian group because they are using this to sports wash. They are what they do with F1, what they do with Newcastle United in the Premier League. Like they're doing this to get themselves. They're not doing it for like the love of the game or to grow the game. They don't have a women's tour. I don't think they're going to plan on having a women's tour.
Like it's 48 players too. Like right.
That's it.
Like
what I think they may put it to 50.
Take players.
They
out.
I don't know. That's
Andy Ogletree will get bumped so hard. They will be like,
but you get what he's saying?
Yeah.
If people drop out, how do they get more people to fill their spot?
Or if people come in like, and there are too many people now. Oh, we got all the.
They will
just like-
absolutely boot Andy.
I'm sure
Like they
they'll-
will
I'm
boot
sure
the
they'll-
Saudis.
Well, they
Yeah.
can't do shots all start.
But so for the first event, they had five. They had 5 qualifying spots from the Asian tour, and those 5. So that was like Scott Vincent. I think Kenny Duplessis was actually one of those 5 spots. So they had like a bunch of guys who qualified that way. Now with these new guys coming in, they're going to get rid of that, and it's just going to be the same fucking 48 guys.
Carl Schwartzel trying to shake champagne, like trying to act like it's a freaking
F1.
NASCAR.
It was that was very F1ish, and I'm like, we got to calm down with
You
this.
risk your life driving around a racetrack at 400 miles an hour, like
Yeah,
playing golf.
Very anti PGA Tour. I would say.
Very.
Very like Red Sox
Yeah.
or Red Sox
Yeah.
anti Yankee kind of thing.
and I think some of the guys on the PGA. So I think JT had like a really good thing before that Thursday. He was just like, they're still my friends. Like I disagree with them completely what they're doing, but whatever.
Yeah, he's a PGA. I mean, he's
Yeah.
the whole PGA.
Rory's going no holds barred with this, and I love this quote from Rory today when he was asked about why when he thought it was going to fail and he thought it was never going to get off the ground, why it's now coming off the ground. He said this, and I quote, I guess I took a lot of players' statements at face value. I guess that's why I was wrong. Like basically
I'm disappointed.
he was basically just like, you guys, and DJ said he was not interested. He was only concerned with the PGA Tour.
His total
Yeah.
in February.
Said in February.
Yeah.
Right. So like that's the thing. Like Phil retracted, but he didn't really retract. Bryson said he was going to play where the best players play. Although now he's going to live where the best players aren't playing. Like he got. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Bryson saying he's doing it for his family when he's a single guy?
He's a single 27-year-old.
Yeah, he doesn't
Yeah.
have a family.
I again, like I can't, like, if I'm putting myself in their shoes, like if I'm Bryson and I'm that good at golf, like, yeah, I would also think about the legacy side too.
Yeah, he grew up idolizing Tiger. Like all he
He
watched.
grew up idolizing Pete Stewart, but yeah.
No, it was Tiger. I mean, it was Tiger too.
But But like on that side, like you look at it and you're just like, okay, like legacy is really important, and it's literally what Ricky Fowler said on Full Send podcast too. It's like everyone's got a price, and Bryson's price was $100 million. Ricky's price, I think, was $40 or $50 million. Like,
I mean, it makes you think about like what's going on with this risk too. Just a little speculation. It's like,
is it worse than we thought?
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like with Bryson, like if he's so quick to jump,
Yeah.
just coming fresh off of his wrist surgery and all that, it's like, is it worse than he thought? Will he not be able to hit
Yeah.
it? Or, like,
And here's the thing too, is like, this is also coming down to like, and a lot of it's talking about the OWGR, like the official world golf ranking points and the majors. Basically, a lot of people are saying the majors said they could play, so they're playing right now. If you read the US Open statement this year, the US Open statement said anyone who qualified before Live Golf started can still play in this event. Exactly what they said. You know what that means? We're seriously considering for 2023, you guys are not allowed to play.
yeah, they're set.
Like that is, and I think the Royal and Ancient's going to do the same thing. So if I'm a Live Golf guy, I am like, this is the week where I'm going fucking balls to the wall and being like, well, now you got to let me stay.
Right.
I wonder
because
if any guys are going to turn back and come back. Like,
Yeah, I do too.
I bet you the younger guys. So I think like guys like Andy Ogletree,
Taylor
Kirk
Gooch.
Pettit.
Taylor Gooch.
Nope. I think Gooch got paid $25 million. I think he's staying there.
Gooch got his gooch.
Yep. And then like you hear Brooks today too, like Brooks's comments like about it, and like him talking about the report. And he was right. Like the reporters, all they want to do is talk about Live Golf. All they want to do is talk about Live. Like, can we talk about the US Open? All we want to do is talk about Live Golf.
I kind of cringed every time they ask a question.
Yeah, I do too.
Brooks said all the right things, and his brother's playing over there.
Yeah.
Like,
So you know what that means? Brooks is going.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think Brooks is going, because literally, if you heard like the full thing today, he was like, there was no other. like instead of it being like, so do you want to play on the PGA Tour? He was like, well, there's no other option besides to play on the PGA Tour. And the lady and one of the reporters goes, well, there's Live now. And he was like, well, that didn't exist 2 weeks ago. And that's exactly like that was his like verbatim. I also think I joked about it. I'm like, that was definitely supposed to go to Brooks Koepka's house and it accidentally went to Chase Koepka's house for the invitation. Or that's one of my conspiracies.
I love that.
Or the other conspiracy is Brooks. They got Chase to try and get Brooks.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the bigger one, but I do like the other one because the other one is funnier.
I mean, once we get like come Thanksgiving, they'll set Thanksgiving table. They'll talk in a minute. Next family party, 4th of July maybe.
Well, Bryson, did you hear that he is creating a facility down in Dallas now? One of the reasons he said the time thing. He's like, yeah, there's money involved, but there's also a lot of time. I can have more time because with family, whatever. He's making a facility down in Dallas for long drive championships. So like an actual stadium for a long time, and which is also going to have a charter school. Like he's using this money to build.
So the charter school would probably help. Like that's kind of growing the game a little bit more, but like building a long drive range does not grow the game.
But he's an entertainer.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's an entertainer. He's all about, he's like, I'm doing this because it's entertaining and I want to give the good product to the.
Let's hit ball far.
Right. Exactly.
But that's cool. I mean, like it's never been done before.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know where they hold the longest drive contest, like, but it's
usually like a racetrack.
Destination.
Yeah, it's usually a racetrack.
Yeah.
Right.
I think they have a couple here and there, but like, yeah, it's usually like a huge ass fucking driving range in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But
how does a sports governing body have $600 billion?
Well, they don't. It's the Saudi. It's the Saudi sovereign investment fund that the 100% funding. They have 600.
Good marketing.
It's insane.
And they're just giving golf, like golf was founded on like, oh, you're rich, like you have a ton of money if you play good. Now it's just making it even worse. Like guys are just choosing all that fucking money and it's making golf like this.
I also say that golf goes kind of in fluxes too. So I will say like definitely when it was first founded, it was like very much like the sport of the rich. But you have a lot of guys like Lee Elder, you have guys like John Daly, you have guys like Arnold Palmer, like coming out of
too at the NBA. You got fucking
coming out of working class families. Like you got all these guys coming out. So like obviously like golf still has that stereotype, and I feel like golf will always have that stereotype. But
stiff rules.
I think it's much more inclusive than it used to be. And then this tour is definitely trying to make it more and more exclusive. They're trying to put like a Formula One feel on it, make it super opulent, super rich. And
I don't even like talking about it. I'm just, it's getting me frustrated.
You know what I learned the other day? The F1, you know how much an F1 car costs?
Yeah, like 40 million.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous
It's
like that.
like 40 million or
For one car.
crazy.
For one car. And
imagine crashing that.
And they crash all the time.
All the time. They just have so much money.
What a
oil.
weekend.
I mean, look at the oil prices now. No wonder they're so rich.
I know, right? Seriously.
Insane weekend that we had the RBC, we had the Live Tour, and then we also had the Hendrik Stenson Annika Sorensen.
I just
which was the male-female tournament
On the European tour.
Yeah,
right?
on the European tour, which was that was a cool thing, first of its kind sort of thing. Was that on purpose? I don't know if that was.
Timely, you mean?
Yeah. Pretty cool. I mean, like that's a cool thing that, especially that a female golfer beat out the field of so and so men and so women. Like it's I think that's a cool. That's how you grow the game. I would think
Exactly.
There's all that inclusion and all that. I didn't get to watch any of it. Read about it all and everywhere, but I was.
Oh man.
But anyway,
I don't think
that was our golf game.
Yeah, I don't think we got to talk about this anymore. I think we're
frustrated. Let's just
it's like your favorite
thing. Golf is great, and now we might not have the best players in the world playing in the majors because they chose.
No, you're
to
right.
Go somewhere else.
I don't.
And
yep.
While they're
100%
great for you to make that decision, it's just frustrating as a fan and someone who.
I hope the winners of tournaments don't feel
this.
like their win is tainted because they don't have all of the best players in the world.
Definitely. Like Rory and JT are sad right now. Like they're like our tour is getting torn to shit.
Yeah.
And like guys are like what everyone before us has built like is now just at the drop of a hat. It's just
Gone.
it's gone because
Not gone,
they
but
have
yeah.
There's definitely a dent.
600 billion to throw at college golfers coming out with decent swings.
So literally who Turk Pettit and James Pitt is. Like not even lying.
And how do you say no if you're them? I mean,
You can't. They offered him $6 million up front. Do you know how long it would take guys like that? I know, I don't disagree. I'm just saying, do you know how long it would take a guy like Turk Pettit or James Pitt to make that on the PGA Tour? Number one, they got to go through Korn Ferry Tour. They'll never, ever make that type of money on the Korn Ferry Tour because the winner makes $100,000. It would take them, then they get on the PGA Tour and they probably struggle for a bit. And then, you know, they may break through a couple years down the line, get a win, get their first real taste of good money. Like it takes a while. And if I'm a 22, like I can't personally say I would seriously consider taking $6 million and then finishing in dead last every week for another $120,000.
Yeah, it's hard not to.
How can you not?
I'm more so just thinking from the mindset of the DJs, the Bryson.
Yeah. Or how can you not be like a guy like Henny Duplessis who has probably no chance of ever or like not no chance of ever making it on the PGA Tour, but had been a golf professional for 7 years, played entirely on the South African Tour. I think he made $700,000 total, and his first event on Live, he makes $2 million. I don't know. I want to be the guy that you're saying, Mike. That is like
idolizing Tiger and wanting to like.
I know,
but
Henny grew up in South Africa, so he probably did.
Going for what you were saying is, I had a moment today where I was looking around and I said to Midori, I was like, "How cool is it that we have the best golfer in the world like in our backyards?" And she goes, "You're such a nerd." You're such a nerd. But I was just like, look at like these are the best golfers in the world, and they're right here, like a mile and a half from where I live. Like it's insane. And I just couldn't wrap my head around it. And she's like, "You're such a nerd." But like, yeah, we may lose that, like, because they may not, they won't be there as frequently, or it's just,
I'd rather, I mean, again, I always say how, like, we live pretty, modest.
Yeah.
You can make more money, great. But like, I'd rather be Robert Ory with fucking 8 rings than Charles Barkley with, I don't know if that aligns greatly, but I'd rather, try and, be the best golfer and win the most majors. And I'd take the legend over, hopefully over that coin.
Legacy over, what is it? Legacy over leisure? I don't know, but yeah, I know.
Legacy over wealth.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going for the legacy if I'm jumping in a professional sport.
Does this affect their Hall of Fame status? Like Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson, obviously Hall of Famers. Are they going to be let in?
I think it's all going to
might be
out.
water under the bridge in a couple of years, but
it probably will be. But right now, let's have fun at the U.S. Open in Brookline, and
yes,
let's do it
in our backyard, like Brian said.
Philly just gets blown up out there.
How was it today?
Fuck you, Philly.
How was that? How was the reception today?
It was Phil, Rom, and Kevin Na in one group, and they teed off around 1:30, and that's kind of like when we were just sitting on the second hole, and it was like the Tiger effect, honestly, because the practice rounds wasn't that, there was a lot of people, but it was spread throughout the course.
For sure.
This was definitely the most like concentrated group of fans following this group, and from what I felt, everything was very positive. Like everyone's like, "Hey, like it would go Phil." Like there was no, but I do think that maybe I think this practice rounds are the true. I think I don't know if the true fans, but it's like it's like you're not. Yeah, I think it's also like a weekday, and no one's like drinking necessarily as much. So I think once the weekend hits and it's competitive and people are drinking, maybe that's when even maybe the protesters will travel to the tournament and such. It was I from what I received was very positive.
Awesome.
It was cool. it's freaking Phil. Like as you saw, I talked to him. No matter what's going on, it's still someone we grew up idolizing, and he's got a great facial hair thing going right now. I think it makes him a little less creepy, so I'm all about it.
Oh man.
But yeah, I think he was giving thumbs up all over there. So I'm
He had to.
I saw at least 4 thumbs up on between like 150 yards out, and when he got to me, just going like that. Yeah, it was very positive. Kevin Na was very stern, walking very like he didn't sign any autographs. And both Rom and Phil were like, we'll sign after a round. They made an effort to tell us that they're not signing right now. They'll do it after the round. So.
Interesting from Kevin. No.
Yeah,
Very
wild group there, but it drew a big crowd, obviously.
So, Tim, I don't know if you have a U.S. Open special golfer poll, but I feel like we probably talked about Live Golf enough, don't you guys think?
100.
Yeah.
I think we got to get into a better.
When you first were warming us up to, I thought we were going to talk about the RBC Heritage. So like, that's what I want to talk about. But seriously, when you were like giving us a lot of followers and views, I was like, RBC.
I know. I thought.
Mike, did you say you had an Agawam story?
Yeah, I'll keep it short. Just walking out there 7:30 last night with Poppy, pushing her in
Young Pop,
young carriage there with Bryn, and I tee off 3, our usual route. Keep going.
Is 3 the par 3?
3's the par 4.
Oh, after the par 3.
Yeah, Brooks on the right.
Yep.
Cutting across the fairways. But we see a guy in like a red shirt kind of following us, and like he's kind of like dinking around, like walking in circles, like trying to like play like low key, or I don't know. I didn't have any clubs, or I didn't know if he was looking for a ball, like fixing a divot. I don't fucking know. But I was about to line up a shot. I'm like, I might as well not. Like, just keep walking. I won't shoot anymore. I won't take a shot with the clubs and ball that I brought to have some fun with.
Keep your ammo just in case.
Yeah, and so then like we kind of veered away, and I'm like, he's probably just out here for a casual walk, and keeps following us. I tee up one. I'm like, fuck it. Like, if he's gonna say something, he's gonna say something. I tee one up, hit it, follow it, go to it, like walk over a bridge. Like he follows over the bridge. I'm like, all right, this guy definitely is following me now. Like, you wouldn't have come this. Like, I'm like, can I help you? And he's like, this is a members only golf course. Like, you can certainly walk out here, but no hitting golf balls. I'm like, all right, sorry about that. And that was that pretty much. But just a weirdo, ruining my night, trying to have a nice casual walk at the sunset with Poppy. And
Dude probably wasn't even a. Dude probably
I thought
like
the same thing.
Member, not even works there.
Yeah,
Definitely some loser member.
That's what I said to
Members
Brent.
aren't walking the course casually. I feel like they're.
Yeah.
That's the second. That's the first thing I said to Brent immediately when he got out of earshot. Like, that guy's not even a fucking worker here. He's like, he would have a cart. Like, I think, if he's out there.
100%.
He's just walking around.
And especially if he's lollygagging.
Like he was like trying to act like Sly.
He was
like,
waiting for you to slip up or something. Yeah.
Which I did, because I hit the 7-iron off the whatever tee, like 6T, when I should have just kept walking. He would have still followed me though. He would have waited for me because I literally like waggled. I got up to the ball, I waggled.
I get you.
And he's right there, and I'm like, all right,
I'll get you.
I just pick this up.
So
What a guy.
I just found out Rory's daughter's named Poppy as well.
Mhm.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, he and Rory are tight right now.
Yeah.
That's nice.
We're all tight. We're all very, very tight with Rory right now. Even me, who is a little sympathetic.
Hall pass?
Yeah,
Is that your hall pass?
a little sympathetic. No, mine Shane Lowry, bro. Come on. That'd be a very, very weird bed.
It's a whole lot of red hair.
A whole lot of red hair in there, in that bed, baby.
A lot of pints.
A lot of drinking. A lot of drinking. His caddy can come too, because he's just Shane in like 30 years with just white hair. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's Shane carrying a bag.
Exactly. Yeah. So shorter Shane. Yeah. Oh, but anyways, boys, what do we think? What we got? We got a good golf.
I got a quick one for you guys.
Perfect.
Would you rather happen this very week at the country club in Brookline, Massachusetts, right in our backyard? What would be a better story? A young amateur coming up and winning from Wellesley, Massachusetts, from Maine,
Michael,
just as Francis we met did in 1913. Would you rather see that, the amateur winning, or would you rather see Phil Mickelson win this week for his Grand Slam?
Wow. That is a great question.
That is.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go live in general, but the fact that you went Phil,
Dude, you got to answer this one.
I am. I will.
Like the penis for nipples or nipples for penis.
Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Very torn.
And the worst part is that Phil would also pass Nick Faldo, who Nick Faldo has been by far and away Phil's biggest like hater
Interesting.
ever. Oh yeah, Faldo was the one that said Phil will never win a major back in the and when he won at Augusta, like Faldo was not happy. Like, but
Give me Nick Dunlap.
yeah, no, I'm taking Michael Thor. I'm taking Michael Thorbjornsson. I'm taking it doesn't happen.
Are you really?
Yes. The amateur thing does not happen.
Why aren't you taking Phil?
I just can't right now. Man, I just
Maybe
can't.
next year.
Maybe next year.
I love it. I'm proud of you.
Maybe 2 years down the line. But like I think right now Phil's just a little bit too much.
Now, if I ask you that question 6 months ago,
Dude,
Phil.
like
right?
Go away.
January, Phil.
Right?
It's until all of this stuff, and like he was the first guy. He's getting crucified for it, and like some of it is too much for him, because it's like, go talk to the other guys who were doing this too. Like it's not just fucking Phil. But yeah, like I still love Phil. Again, he's still one of my favorite golfers ever. But it's also the story. Like the last amateur to win on the PGA Tour was Phil Mickelson in 1990.
Really?
Yep. The last amateur to win like a true PGA Tour, European Tour professional event was Shane Lowry in 2009.
Tiger didn't win one?
Tiger never won a PGA Tour event. No.
Was it Miami?
Nope.
Was it at
The 97 match.
No, it was in Phoenix. It was the old Phoenix. It was like an old tournament.
Interesting.
Nah, Tiger only played at Harbortown once. It was sad. He doesn't play it, apparently, but he didn't even win. I don't even know he made the cut because it was during that cut streak. But no, I think the amateur thing doesn't happen. And like, remember when Bo Hostler that year when he was the amateur and people were going nuts?
Yep.
And then he was a little chubby back then, and now he's really tall and really thin and like not very good at golf.
Still rocking the visor.
Still rocks the visor. But oh yeah, he probably gets invited because he was low amateur, so he probably gets invited for like 10 years, I think. Right?
All pass.
Yeah.
No, all pass.
Yeah, definitely all pass now.
Too lanky. Too tall, too lanky.
Yeah, see, we're up it.
Yeah.
I like him thin.
Yeah.
All right.
What are we doing?
Like a man. Anyways, I'm going amateur. I'm absolutely going amateur.
Let's go C's, baby.
Oh no! I said I told you we were gonna get one.
Hey, one pick? Who you picking this week?
That's a good one.
Come on, who you?
Rory.
I'm going Colin.
Shane Lowry.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm
I like it.
Shane Lowry.
I like it.
And I'm gonna go Cam Smith. He's got to win something.
You've been Cam Smith for three straight. You got to do it.
He's got to win one this year.
And did you notice no one picked Xander Schauffele this time because he's still in my crap list?
No one picked Scotty Scheffler either. All right, well, we gotta go.
You don't have to go.
No, we don't.
Yeah, my wife's.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all very much for listening. This was a rousing success.
Yeah,
I think so.
We'll have to do it again sometime.
We'll definitely try to do more of these.
A little too fast.
May have to do it on a weekend next time.
That's a Rhode Island.
Mick Morgan's.
I know, right? Imagine that.
Morgan's is actually halfway, Brian said.
Oh, that's all.
Shout out Mickey's.
Shout out
Maybe
Mick
they
Morgan.
give us a booth. We can do it.
A booth. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
Live show.
Great for PR.
Live show.
I'm gonna have to bring all this stuff. Damn.
Well, I can stop. All right, we'll go bring it up.
All right, let's go C's. Have fun at the Open. Baby.
Yeah, let's go.
Jason Aces act like.
Yep. Let's go.
Jason Ace.
Bye, everyone.